Hello, this is Jack Yost, your business professor, and I want to welcome you to Chapter 12 on teamwork. This is a fascinating chapter. This is why managers make so much money, and should. I want to start with a story about rowing crew on the college level, high school level. The alert student knows that I have two daughters that row, and that on crew teams, and my firstborn rows at the University of Virginia, and one of the things that is fascinating about her is that she is not the tallest girl on the team. In fact, the coxswain's often taller than she is, and this is a sport that's dominated by very tall young women. And she may not even be the fastest on the erg machine that measures the speed and strength of an individual rower. But every time she, my daughter, is in a boat, it wins. When she's in the boat, as part of that team, it wins. She's not the tallest, the fastest, or strongest, but when she's in the boat, the team performs and the boat wins. And this is the real genius of teamwork, is that it's not just the sum of the individuals on a team. It is the collective action and the collective strength that's a geometric progression and an addition, not merely an addition of the individuals, but the collective strength that makes them stronger. This is why coaches and managers make so much money and should make so much money. This is what Peter Drucker said, that managers maximize strengths and minimize weaknesses. Let's look at how teamwork works. Today we're going to discuss how teams can contribute to an organization's effectiveness, distinguish the new team environment from that of traditional work teams, summarize how groups become teams, explain why groups sometimes fail, describe how to build an effective team, list methods for managing a team's relationships with other teams, give examples of ways to manage conflict. The contribution of teams, building blocks for organizational structure, increase quality and productivity while reducing costs, enhance speed and be powerful forces for innovation and change. The new team environment. The team is a small number of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose, a set of performance goals, and approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. And the number of the team is usually about 7 plus or minus 2. So it's about 5 to 9 is the ideal team size. The new team environments, Exhibit 12.1.1. Organizations that have different types of teams. Work teams, these are teams that make or do things like manufacture, assemble, sell, or provide a service. Project or development teams, these are teams that work on long-term projects but disband once the work is completed. Parallel teams, these are teams that operate separately from the regular work structure and exist temporarily. Management teams, these are teams that coordinate and provide direction to the subunits under their jurisdiction and integrate work among subunits. Transnational teams, these are work groups composed of multinational members whose activities span multiple countries. Virtual teams, these are teams that are physically dispersed and communicate electronically more than face-to-face. Virtual teams are very, very difficult to manage. Virtual teams are a challenge for management. Traditional work groups, groups that have no managerial responsibility. Quality circles, these are voluntary groups of people drawn from various production teams who make suggestions about quality. Semi-autonomous work groups, these are groups that make decisions about managing and carrying out major production activities but get outside support for quality control and maintenance. Autonomous work groups. These are groups that control decisions about and the execution of a complete range of tasks. Self-managed teams empower employees. Self-designing teams. These are teams with the responsibilities of autonomous work groups, plus control over hiring, firing, and deciding what tasks members perform. Self-managed teams, autonomous work groups in which workers are trained to do most or all of the jobs in a unit, have no immediate supervisor, and make decisions previously made by frontline supervisors. On Exhibit 12.2 is a team autonomy continuum. Group processes. Forming. These are group members. This is where group members attempt to lay ground rules for the types of behavior that are acceptable in a team. Storming. Hostilities and conflict arise as they would with any group of people, and people jockey for positions of power and status. Norming. Group members agree on their shared goals and norms, and closer relationships develop. Performing. The group channels its energies into performing tasks. So the illustrating, we'll see we have forming, storming, norming, performing, and groups that deteriorate move to a declining stage, and temporary groups at an adjourning, or terminating stage. And I would submit that every group should have an adjourning or terminating an endpoint to the group. Groups terminate when they complete their task or when they disband due to failure or loss of interest. Team effectiveness is defined by 3 criteria. Productive output of the team meets or exceeds standards of quality and quantity. Team members realize satisfaction of their personal needs. Team members remain committed to working together. Managers motivate effective teamwork. A social loafing. This is where workers work less hard and are being less productive than when a group. These are the slackers, free riders. Social facilitation effect. There are people that will work harder when in a group than when working alone. Norms shape behavior. Norms shape team behavior. Norms. These are shared beliefs how people should think and behave, and roles. So these are the different set of expectations for how different individuals should behave. Team members must fill important roles such as a task specialist. This is an individual who has more advanced job-related skills and abilities than other group members. A team maintenance specialist. This is an individual who develops and maintains team harmony. Cohesiveness affects team performance. This is the degree to which a group is attracted or attractive to its members. Members are motivated to remain in the group, and members influence one another. Now, the word that the key word here under cohesiveness, of unit cohesion, is attractiveness, but it should be a stronger word. This is where the team members actually love each other. Vince Lombardi, when he designed what was to be the first Super Bowl ring, he had 2 words that were etched on the ring, the giant rings that Super Bowl winners now wear. And one side said character, and on the other side was love, L-O-V-E. That was the one word that Vince Lombardi would use to describe teamwork. Cohesiveness, performance norms, and group performance. Managers can build cohesiveness and high-performance norms. Recruit members with similar attitudes, values, and backgrounds. Maintain high entrance and socialization standards. Keep the team small, 5 to 7 members, 5 to 9. Help the team succeed and publicize its successes. Be a participative leader. Present a challenge from outside the team. Tie rewards to team performance. Some team members should manage outward or upward. Gatekeeper. This is a team member who keeps abreast of current developments and provides the team with relevant information. Informing. A team strategy that entails making decisions with the team and then informing outsiders of its intentions. Parading. A team strategy that entails simultaneously emphasizing internal team building and achieving external visibility. Probing. A team strategy that requires team members to interact frequently with outsiders, diagnose their needs, and experiment with solutions. Workflow relationships emerge as materials are passed from one group to another. Service relationships exist when top management centralizes an activity to which a large number of other units must gain access. Advisory relationships created when teams with problems call on centralized sources of expert knowledge. Audit relationships develop when people not directly in the chain of command evaluate the methods and performances of other teams. Stabilization relationships involve auditing before the fact. Liaison relationships involve intermediaries between teams. Avoidance, a reaction to conflict that involves ignoring the problem by doing nothing at all or de-emphasizing the disagreement. Accommodation, a style of dealing with conflict involving cooperation on behalf of the other party but not being assertive about one's own interests. compromise. A, a style of dealing with conflict involving moderate attention to both parties' concerns. Competing. A style of dealing with conflict involving strong focus on one's own goals with little or no concern for the other person's goals. Collaboration. This is a style of dealing with conflict emphasizing both cooperation and assertiveness to maximize both parties' satisfaction. Managing conflict. Superordinate goals. Higher level goals take priority over specific individual or group goals. Mediator. Mediating can help resolve a conflict, a third party who intervenes to help others manage their conflict. Now let us stop there on this very interesting chapter on teamwork. I invite you to complete the reading, the assigned reading in the text, and submit the assignments, and I look forward to having you and joining you with the next chapter. This is Jack Yost, your business professor. Thank you.